Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about popular authors I have yet to read. I don't know if like popular author is like the right term or whatever, but they're just like people you've probably heard of, mainly classics, of course. So author number 1 is Virginia Woolf, and by her I'll try Mrs. Dalloway. This is set on a single day. It's about a woman preparing for a party while being flooded with remembrance of faraway times. And the set on a single day part sounds interesting. Author number 2 is Edgar Allan Poe, and by him I would like to try The Raven and Other Poems. This is a poem collection, and I've only read one poem of his called Annabel Lee, so I'd like to try some more, and maybe I'll try some of his short stories too, like The Fall of the House of Usher or The Telltale Heart. I know he's like a horror creepy guy, so that could be fun. I don't really read a lot of that. Author number 3 is Rudyard Kipling. By him I would like to try Puck of Pook's Hill and Rewards and Fairies. This is like a new to me want to read author. I added him because I like the fairy stories, and I know he wrote about Puck, which is the mischievous sprite fairy thing in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I like the like teasy characters, so that could be fun. Author number 4 is Victor Hugo, and by him I would like to read The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I know this is like set in medieval Paris in the cathedral. I know it's like there's like Quasimodo the Hunchback and Esmeralda the Gypsy Dancer, and then there's Claude Frollo the priest, who's tortured by the specter of his own damnation. I don't really know what all that means because I haven't read it, and I don't really remember the Disney film. I have seen the one from 1939, so I know that like Quasimodo like saves Esmeralda and then they like hide in the church or something like that. Author number 5 is Ellen Hildebrand, and by her I would like to try Summerland. This is one of the few modern authors on this list. I know this is like a beachy read about teens on their graduation night, and they're like celebrating, and there's like a car crash, and there's secrets kept, and promises broken, and hearts betrayed. And apparently this author is like the queen of beach reads. I think most of her stuff is like set in like the warm weather. Author number 6 is Dashiell Hammett. I would like to read by him The Thin Man and The Maltese Falcon. This author is also like new to this list because I watched the movie for Maltese Falcon, and it was like super fun. It had that like cool film noir vibe to it. The Thin Man is about a detective couple who solves mysteries in between wisecracks and martinis, so that sounds funny. And The Maltese Falcon is about a detective trying to find a jewel-encrusted bird statue before the baddies do. So number 7 is Ray Bradbury, who wrote Fahrenheit 451. And I know this author has a lot of short stories. I don't know if I've read any, but I also know that he's a science fiction master. Fahrenheit 451 is about a fireman who burns books because they're outlawed and TV has taken over, but then someone shows him that books are good, and he starts saving books, and he gets discovered, and then he has to run for his life. Author number 8 is Mark Twain, and by him I would like to read Joan of Arc. This is also a new author added to this list. And I know he has The Adventures of Huck Finn and The Adventure of Tom Sawyer, but I was interested in this one called Personal Recollections of Joan of Arc. And apparently Twain considered it his best work, and I guess it just follows Joan of Arc's life. And author number 9 is Ruth Ware, and I would like to try by her In a Dark, Dark Wood and The Death of Mrs. Westaway. This is the other modern author on this list, and she writes thrillers, which is another genre I don't really read a whole lot of. In a Dark, Dark Wood is about two friends who haven't seen each other for years, and when they do meet again, something goes very wrong. And The Death of Mrs. Westaway is about a woman who receives an inheritance, but it was sent to her by mistake, and at the funeral she realizes something is very, very wrong. In both of these books, something goes very, very wrong. And I guess that's like all books really, because you need to have a conflict, but it's also like funny. Very, very wrong. So those were 9 authors that I have yet to try, but would like to in the coming future. Let me know in the comments some authors that you would like to try, but just haven't got around to yet. And I'll see you next time.